What up, Eric? John, Gabriel, how you guys doing? Notes here. Can you guys hear me okay? The little B, Jan, Matthew, how's it going, man? Oh. What's up, Tyler? Tell me about it. It's been raining here like crazy. I can see some sun outside, though, for the first time today. Oh, Eric's chasing some pike and smallies tomorrow. Dang. What up, Booster C? Jeff Jeter, Jim, how you guys doing? Of course I did, Matthew. I'm not gonna miss them. Man, I've been trying for a long time, and their production has been so terrible that I can't believe they're actually available. Did you buy one of the high floats? Fish count. Man, I've had a slow week, but my fish count did go up a little. I'm at 312. 312. Yeah, me too, Matthew. I gotta get that one. Gotta get that one. Yeah, on the high floater, they only let you buy one instead of two of the low floats. So that was kind of disappointing, but that's the way it goes. Jack Crop. That's a new name for me. Welcome aboard, man. Hey, Mr. Bass, finally caught my first bass of the year. Nice. What'd you catch it on, Bryson? Caught his first bass of the year. That's always fun. Man, Jeff, it sounds like you're working too much, buddy. Texas rig fluke. Fluke fishing. That's kind of a lost art. You don't hear a lot of guys talking about fluke fishing anymore. It still works, though. In fact, I fished a tournament with a guy. I was his co-angler on day one down at the Sabine River. And this guy is awesome. I got to get him on my show sometime. His name is T. Roy Broussard. And he used to be on that TV show, I think, called Swamp People or something like that. I never watched that show, but it's about alligators and stuff. I think it's called Swamp People. Jack catching the smallies on the Ned. I love Ned rig fishing, and I bet smallie fishing Ned rigging is a blast. The only time I've really done it is up at the St. Lawrence River for a week and had a great time up there. But yeah, I was fishing. Yeah, Swamp People. Yeah, so I think that's the name of it. Anyway, T. Roy was on there for quite a while. He's not on there now, but he lives down there in the Louisiana swamp, basically at the Texas border. And I got lucky enough to get paired up with him on day two, man. And he took me into some amazing swampy, lily pad infested places with inches. I'm talking inches of water. It's a miracle he got the boat back in there. But he was catching the snot out of them on a weightless fluke popping them through those lily pads. And he almost won that tournament. He was actually in first after the first day. He might have been first after the second day. And the problem was we were in such bad, muddy water, terribly muddy water, that the live wells, we couldn't keep the live wells clean. And it was too hot to just keep old water in the live well. He had to keep recirculating. And man, those live wells were just full of muddy, muddy water. And then we had a good hour run back to the ramp, and every day he had fish die on him. And the fish kill penalties are what made him lose that tournament. If he hadn't had any dead fish, he'd have won that tournament. So that was kind of a disappointment. But dude, yeah, slaying him on that fluke rig. And here, I'll tell you what a nice guy this guy was. I didn't even have any flukes with me. I wasn't planning on fishing a fluke, and everything I fished with, I couldn't fish around those lily pads. They were just so thick. So this dude, now get this, he's in first place. He stops what he's doing. He gets another one of his fluke rods out of his box. He rigs up the fluke rod with a fluke hook that he liked to use. He gave me as many flukes as I wanted, and he even showed me how to cast and fish that fluke through those lily pads and helped me practice. And here he is. I mean, I'm a co-angler, and I was doing pretty good, but I wasn't in nearly first place. And here he is, first place boater, man. And he took probably 20 minutes getting my rig set up and helping me. Man, he's just a top-notch dude all the way. Amazing. I was just amazed because I've fished quite a few of those tournaments where you're not going to get any help at all. Yeah, so Jeff, there's a lot of different ways to fish a fluke, but fishing the flukes in the lily pads, obviously you wanted it weightless because it was really almost a topwater bite where you would skim it across or pop it across the top of those lily pads, and then they would watch it go, and then as it came over a lily pad, they would slam it. And so you would fish it weightless, and he was using a 4/0 heavy duty, super heavy duty 4/0 offset worm hook. And all you do is cast it out there as far as you can. And that was kind of the key. You wanted to get it as far cast as you could. And as soon as it hits the water, you start reeling it back and kind of twitching it to try to keep it on top of the water as fast as you can. And man, it was lights out. It was pretty impressive. But that's the way you fish at lily pads. And if you're fishing it in open water, you can fish it a lot of different ways. Kind of like Frank's saying here, weightless on a 1/0 mosquito hook from the nose gives it a ton of action. He's right. Almost like you would picture a drop shot rig through the nose, like you do a lot of drop shot fishing. There's a ton of different ways to fish it, though. Matthew's saying he uses nail weights. Yeah, that is one of the problems with flukes is they want to twist and turn on their sides and on their backs, and you got to have it rigged really, really well. Yeah, for the lily pad fishing, we were using a medium heavy rod, but it had kind of a medium, moderate to fast tip. Yeah, the little bees right too. Dead stick it. Certain times of the year you can dead stick it, twitch it a couple of times, dead stick it, almost like you would a hard jerk bait. And then, you can do the donkey rig or whatever they call, where you rig up two on the same line, one chasing the other. That's pretty cool. So those are all good thoughts. For sure. Let's see. John Gill fishes them like a Cinco. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm wearing my working class zero hat tonight. Matthew picked up on it already because I've been able to pick up a couple of their lures, which I really like. They are hard to find. The Tiny Clash. Matthew and I both got one of these. This is a swim bait. It's pretty sick. And this is the Joy Thief color, which is kind of exclusive to Working Class Zero, if I am correct there. I think I am. And these are very hard to find. And part of the reason is, this is one of the things that I hate about hot swim baits. I buy a hot swim bait because I want to catch fish with it. A lot of other people will go on these websites and they buy the hot swim bait so that they can resell it on eBay. And to me, that is not cool at all. Because one, it drives the prices up, and two, it makes it almost impossible to find them. So unfortunately, there's a big secondary market on eBay for lures like this. So a lot of dudes are buying them just to resell. And of course, there's no way to prevent that. But it really sucks for guys like me that really all I want to do is fish. So this is a hot lure. It's supposed to be a heck of a fish catcher, and I've not fished it. This is my first one ever. So I'm pretty excited. And this is, it's not nearly as big as some of the other swim baits out there. This is called the Tiny. Looks like it's about 6 inches. Let me see. The Tiny Clash. Of course, all the printing is in Japanese. But I can show you compared to, say, like the Roman-made Negotiator. That kind of gives you an idea on size. Back in the day, I used to think, man, that's a huge bait. Anymore, though, it's not that big. Yeah, Jeff, I'd like to know how you like the Jewel Box. What you think of it, for sure, because I like their lures quite a bit, and I like the box so far. Be interesting to see. Jewel Baits makes great jigs, and they make they've got a kind of a specific line of lures that they make that are great, but they don't really make any soft plastics to speak of. Very few. They make the VersaCraw, which is a new soft plastic for them, and it's really cool. But yeah, I'd love to hear your feedback on that, and just what you think about it once you start getting it. Matthew, he bought one of these too. He's talking about this. It has a lot of reflective colors that show up because of it's definitely a silvery shad pattern, but yeah, I don't know if the trebles I'm going to fish it with stock trebles. I mean, they're EWG short shanks. They look good. And of course, this is a wake bait. Really, I think you can remove this though and fish it without it. Am I right, Matthew? I think you can. I think you can take the bill out of it and fish it like a normal glide bait, or you can leave the bill in and fish it like a wake bait. Pretty excited to get that. Oh, my buddy Steve's on. Yeti Whisperer. Oh man, dude, if you got a secret, I'm in your debt, pal. Steve caught a big giant this on Thursday, and I'm going to show it to you guys. If you didn't see it, I posted it on Instagram, and he did as well. But he caught a really nice one, and I'm going to show it to you. Check that out. Get your fish on. He's my partner on Wednesday nights. Hopefully you've watched our show. We've got 3 shows under the belt now. But if you've not, check us out on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Go check out Steve's channel. Get your fish on. He's got some great content. And he needs support. He needs subs. So please head over to his channel and check it. What'd you catch this on, Steve? I think it was a Cinco, but let's see what he caught this thing on. He lives down in Florida. A lot of grass down there. I'm sure if he was fishing with a Cinco, it was a black and blue one. Because he swears that color doesn't matter. Color doesn't matter. DOA 5-inch Cinco is what he says he caught it on. Color doesn't matter, and he only throws black and blue. Because he has stained water down there. He's never going to live this color doesn't matter thing down. Oh, Jan, did you flip your kayak today? Flipped it a couple of times. All right, man. This can happen to anybody. It's happened to me. If you're in a kayak long enough, you're gonna flip. So until you really get the hang of it, make sure everything's tied down and take as little as possible. Keep your boat as empty as you can so you don't lose rods and reels and tackle. And then once you get the hang of it, make sure you got it tied down. All right, Steve, I'm turning your fish off. Nice bass. I think he caught several other really nice ones Thursday as well. Dude, at least the water's warm where you're at, Jan. The only thing worse than flipping over your kayak is doing it in cold water. What's Matthew say about color? People never think of color when it's in the water. Like the color definitely change when they hit the water, and the water may have a tint. Muddy colors change with different light as well. It's true. Yeah. This is what Steve says at Get Your Fish On. The lure manufacturers tell them colors don't matter. He talked about that, I think, in our first show about how when they're testing prototype lures, they don't even paint them. They don't even have a color on them. And I can see if you're just testing the action of the lure and you're testing, you know, sink rate and stuff like that. But it seems like if you're really trying to catch fish on them, you would want to experiment with different color types. Let's see here. Well, I hit a milestone today on the channel too, which I'm happy about. 450,000 views. Sounds like a lot. 450,000 views. That's amazing. Thanks, Yeti Whisper. I see it here on, I see your message. I'll check it out later. Yeti Whisper hooking me up. John, 200,000 views on that boat sinking. Yeah, that video has had a lot of viewers on it for sure. I'll tell you what cracks me up. The smart, the wise guys who think they can, by watching me talk for 10 minutes about how our boat sank, who think they can, on the comments, tell me how to prevent it and tell me what I should have done, or what Chris should have done. It was Chris's boat. I was the co-angler. It's just comical to see these people who think, I'm going to, from my living room, sitting on the couch, I'm going to tell you how you could have fixed that. And that's just crazy. Crazy. There was one smart aleck guy that the other day said something like, I would have been able to tell there was a problem right away. I was thinking, yeah, sure you would. I'd have loved to have you out there on the boat with me to prove it. The Little B, thanks. I got more coming out, actually. I've kind of gotten sidetracked, but I got a few more companies that are sending me some bags to check out. And when they get here, I'll be doing a few more of those bag reviews. Oh, Steve. Yeah, you're right. They do, and they want to share it. Most of the time, I try to be real nice to the haters, and yeah, right. Thanks for your opinion. But every once in a while, I'll be a smart aleck back to them. Hank Snow, Outdoors. How you doing, man? Good to see you. One of the things I was going to show you guys tonight is I posted all this stuff on my Instagram channel, or whatever you can, account, whatever they call it. I don't know if they call it a channel or account or a whatever. But I got a lot of questions about, I've been playing with tackle and experimenting with different boxes and putting stuff in different boxes. And I put photos of all that stuff up, but I thought I'd show you some of it and kind of get some of your ideas on some of the stuff you guys like to use. Like, for example, one of the guys asked me, I posted this box that I'm using for football jigs, and you can see it's not the Jig Box. It's not the plain old Jig Box. It's just the regular old plain old edge box. And he asked me, why don't you use the Jig Box? And my next trip out, Jeff, where? You mean just fishing? I mean, I'm out every week. So, but as far as a trip out of state, I don't have many scheduled. The only one I've got on the plans right now is the St. Lawrence River, the Toyota. No, it's not the Toyota. It's the Tackle. Is it the Tackle Warehouse series? No, anyway, it's one of those. It's one of those major league deals. I'm fishing as a co-angler on the St. Lawrence River. But anywho's it. What was I talking about? The Jig Box. So I wanted to show you guys this. If you've never bought the Jig Box and you're thinking about it, it's a great box. I'm not knocking the Jig Box at all. You can see, look how cool it looks when it's loaded with jigs. Bam. Pretty sweet, if I do say so myself. Man, when they're in there, lined up, organized, that looks really cool. But there is a problem. These little dividers, and this is why I don't use it for football jigs. I'm going to show you. Yeah, you're right, Steve. It's beautiful. Man, there's only fishermen who are tackle nuts would think that's beautiful, but I agree, it's beautiful. Here's the problem. Let me show you. This is one of those inserts. And see what happens when you have a really big, like a football head? One, you can't put them side by side. So they won't stay in. The heads are too fat for these slots. It's like they need to make some of these with bigger slots. And what I've found is some of these bigger jigs, when you put them in there, they feel like they're good, even though they don't slide down. Like here's a flipping jig that I put in that shows you. This one fits in good. It fits all the way down inside the grooves. It's not going anywhere. But look at this football head. It won't stay in there. It eventually works its way loose. And what I found, just like this one's already coming out, what I found is the football heads will all shake loose, and then you'll open the box up and they're all loose everywhere. That's no good. This is a big swim jig. Same problem. It doesn't fit down in these things, and they will work their way loose. Now, if you got a big, bulky, thick skirt that will slide in and stay in there, then it's fine. But this thing is almost perfect, but it doesn't quite work. And it also doesn't work for tiny jigs. You know, like my finesse jig box. I showed a finesse, a box I'm using for finesse jigs. And the reason I'm not using the Jig Box is the same thing. For the finesse jigs, I really like that Groove Fishing big Jig Box. I'll drop this one. Yeah, the other problem with this jig, I saw somebody say in the comments, I wish they made a smaller one, and I do too. I don't know why they don't make a 3600, because some guys, this box is too big. And when it's loaded with jigs, it's really heavy. On a kayak or on the bank, this would be a real pain on the bank. You know, so if you had a box half this size for your jigs, you're never going to need this many jigs in a day anyway, in a month, in a year maybe. But anyway, it's a good looking box, and it works great for 80% of all jigs. I think it works great. It's just those really small jigs and the really big jigs don't work. The good news is most of the time I'm throwing a jig in that mid-range and it's fine. Speaking of lure lock, I got a lure lock box. I like using these lure lock boxes for the soft plastics for sure. I kind of wasn't I kind of wondered at first about the sticky stuff. They say the sticky stuff does not hurt soft plastics at all, and I haven't noticed that it has yet. But for soft plastics, I don't really need waterproof boxes. I believe these lure locks are supposed to be coming out with a waterproof version, but I haven't seen them yet. But I really do like the lure lock boxes. I like the tack logic. I like them for hard baits too, but I don't really like soft plastics in a lot of other boxes. Well, it just depends. Here's a Cinco box that I've got that in the lure lock as well, and it works great as a Cinco box. I got 5-inch Cincos in these 4 slots, and then I got 6-inch Cincos in this bigger slot down here, and then I got my hooks right here for my Cincos. Check it. Man, that's a thing of beauty too. So I don't know. I would be interested if any of you guys have a negative experience with lure lock, but I never have yet. And I got the burrito as well, Matthew. I think the burrito is great, especially for big, heavy lures like this. You can put those, roll those up in the burrito, and they work great. Crankbaits, jerk baits. Yeah. I go back and forth of wanting to keep my soft plastics in the package and then not. Like, here's something really stupid, to tell you the truth, but I did it just as an experiment. What is stupid about this box? Those of you that know, why is this a bad idea? Looks cool, man. It looks great. Look at that Z-Man Ned Rig box. I got the little TRDs. I got the big TRDs. I got some crawdads in there, some ticklers, some goats. Melty, melty. You're right, Theodore Dowman. Melty, melty. It's amazing, but these little worms will warp this box. Eventually, it's going to ruin this box. And this is not a cheap box. You know, this thing's like 30 bucks. So I don't recommend this. It's just my experiment to see how long it's going to take to warp it and ruin it. Normally, I keep the Z-Man in their packages. But I'm going to try this for 1 season and just see how bad it melts them. If it just melts the inside slots and the box itself and the lid are okay, well, you can replace these. This is the Edge Flex box. You can replace all of these inner deals. So maybe I'll just keep it. But that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, Elastec is a really amazing product. I still, you know, I don't know enough about chemistry, but it's like, how in the world can that stuff be that melty? Melty. I mean, it melts anything it touches, but it doesn't melt the plastic bag. You know, it's just something a little different in the plastic bag. I don't know why the plastic bags don't melt. I'll tell you what else too, if you've never experienced this, your Z-Man plastics will melt together inside the bag if you get it too hot. They have a heat threshold that you cannot get past. I don't know what the temperature is, but if you got it in there very long at a high temperature, they will start to melt together. I've had it happen to me. So that's those. I also thought I'd show you a couple of crankbait boxes I've been working on. Yeah, apparently they are, Frank. Indestructible. Okay. Boosters cleared up the mystery. The bags are cellophane, not plastic. All right, let me show you the crankbait boxes. That looks pretty cool. Now, I do like waterproof for square bills because your hooks can rust so fast on crankbaits. It is not even funny how quick you can rust out a bunch of your baits. So I like, there's things about this Edge box I like a lot. It's got the waterproof seal. It's got this little thing here that sucks moisture out, and then the dividers have holes in them so air can circulate through the whole box. And I just think it's a great box for keeping rust off of your crankbait hooks. So this is a great box. Then I got this Flambeau box as well. And this, I think, is almost even better because I'll show you why. It's waterproof as well. It's got the gasket. All this blue stuff has their Z-Rust that absorbs moisture. But you can actually change the size of these openings even more than what I've got here. You can pull this out and put one down the middle and have really big compartments if you want. But I like this configuration, and these compartments are really roomy. They're great. And this box is a lot cheaper. It's probably half the price of that Plano box. So to me, this is almost as good of an option. It may be even better. This, I don't know what they call this Flambeau box, but I think it's a great crankbait box as well. So those are just some stuff I've been playing with this last couple weeks. And almost all my crankbait boxes, I use hook bonnets because most cranks are hard lures I have are JDM. Yeah. JDM. Doesn't want to scratch them. I'm like, hey, it's going to get scratched. The only way you can't scratch it is don't fish it. Yeah, the little B, that's the 3700 series size Flambeau. 3700. I've also experimented a lot with trying to keep my hooks from getting all tangled up. That just drives me nuts. I'm sure it does you guys too. And I've tried lots of things. I've tried the hook caps and that kind of stuff. There's several reasons I don't like the hook caps. I like them on big baits like these things, but they really add a lot of bulk and take up a lot of extra room in your box. That's one problem. The other problem is they do pop off. Now, if you get one that's fitted perfectly, it stays on pretty well, but they still will pop off quite a bit. And that's annoying. So I've gone to rubber bands. The problem with rubber bands is trying to get them undone. And I finally realized there is there are good ways and bad ways to put rubber bands around your lures. Let me show you. I'm going to take this off the screen so you can see us. Yeah, I get little rubber bands, the little B. You buy them in the hair section. I just have my wife go buy them for me. They're little tiny rubber bands. Now, this is the wrong way to do your hooks. And this is the way I've been doing it for years. And part of the reason why it's the wrong way is it takes so long. I've got a system where I always start with the top hook and then I wrap around the bottom hook and then I always have the end hooked on the top. So when I hold my lure up, I know that my rubber band is actually right here and all I got to do is pull it up and off. But this still is not a perfect system and it still will take time to get your hooks undone. There is a better system out there. And here it is right here. I don't know if you can see this green rubber band. You hook it over the bill of the lure. And then it's super easy to take off. You literally only have to do one wrap. This is what I'll do. I put the rubber band on the top hook. I turn the lure this way. I put both of them together. And I do just one wrap around the bottom hook. And then you go over the bill of the crankbait and bam, you're done. Perfection. Perfection. And super quick, super easy. Rubber bands are super cheap. Works like a dream. I've never tried the Owl's Goldfish Lure caps, Jeff. Maybe I better check those out. Oh, man. Gary hammered him on the square bill today. Look out. Yeah, Matthew, I don't want to go to all that trouble to have to take something off all the hook points. I take my chances. And you're right. If you're really worried about scratching up your lures, though, you're going to have to do something. I don't worry that much about it. The way I look at it, I buy my lures to fish, and most of you guys know the more beat up the lure is, the better it seems to catch fish. Good tips. That's what I like about this group of guys. You guys know, a lot of you know what you're doing, and you got some good ideas to share with everybody. Yeah, Roger, I actually do use some screws. You know, you just got to kind of have the, it's ultimately, oops, clicked on the wrong one here. Anybody use screws instead of nail weights? The nail weights are a lot more expensive for sure. And screws do work. I will use them at times. Yeah, Thunderhawk, you know, I really had not heard of Thunderhawk until I don't know how long ago it was. But they got some pretty good stuff. And old Steve at Get Your Fish On was telling me as well that they're a really good company that makes some pretty high quality stuff. All right, Shannon Kirby's here. That's good to know. What up, Shannon? Oh, Nick's fishing a tournament tomorrow. So it's a team tournament, I guess, Nick? Yeah, Roger. Bro, that's smart. I mean, they work. Not only that, finishing nails work too. They work the same way a nail weight works. The only problem with a finishing nail, and to me it's not that big of a problem, is the nail weight you can break in half if you don't want a full size nail where you're not going to break the nail apart. Uh-oh. Steve's threatening to give away stuff. Whoa. Easy does it, Steve. He could give crankbaits. He could give 2 to everyone on here. Holy cow. The postage cost alone, man. Oh, yeah, Roger. I know all about the tiny child rig. Yeah. That thing works everywhere. It kind of got started up north, fishing smallies and rivers and stuff like that, where you can take a Ned rig, a little TRD worm, and chuck it in thick cover. You can throw it right in the brush piles with the tiny child rig. It's pretty sweet. Shannon's waiting, Steve. Shannon's ready for your delivery. All right, speaking of giveaways, we need to ask a few questions here and give some stuff away tonight. So I am going to do kind of what I did last Saturday, name that lure. I might ask a few questions as well, but I ran into something that I thought would be fun to test your knowledge on. And this should be fun. So let me go over the rules a little bit here of our spin to win game, and then we'll kind of mix in more fishing talk while we're doing this. All right, we spin the wheel. Here it is. And if you land on a red X, like someone did Saturday night, you strike out. You don't win anything. If you win on land on a 1 or a 2, you can choose, you win 1 or 2 lures. If you land on Angel, that's the guardian angel, you get a prize, and you get to pick someone in the live stream to win a prize. You just select whoever you want. They have to comment in the live stream, but you can give them a lure. If you land on KVD, you win a prize out of the KVD crate. Those are KVD only lures. If you land on the Mr. Bass sticker, of course, the Mr. Bass is the jackpot, and you win 3 lures. And then on the blue spot, this week we have a Mr. Bass mystery box. And here is the Mr. Bass mystery box. What in the world could be in here? It's a mystery, but if you land on mystery, you win the Mr. Bass mystery box. And then after you win it, that becomes a red X. That becomes a red X. And you can only win once per night. So after you win, you can't win again. The only exception to the strikeout rule is if you are 15 years or younger and you hit the red X, you still get 1 prize. Roger Hall, $1,000 in the mystery box. You never know. You never know what could be in there. That's why it's a mystery. I do too, Jeff. I need a guardian angel every day. That is for sure. All right. We will do a question first, and then we will do a couple of name that lures. Okay, so here's the first question. And let's see. Last week, we had a lot of fun talking about frog fur. And that was because we were talking about the boom boom frog that has frog fur on it. Who makes the boom boom frog? Who makes the frog fur boom boom frog? That's the first question. Nick, you're first, buddy. Pop-Tart. Just missed out. Dean Rojas. No, it's not Dean Rojas, Shannon. That's a good answer, though. That's a good answer. Stanford Bates makes the boom boom frog. Yeah, how fast was Nick? It's like he knew the answer ahead of time. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, congratulations, Nick. We shall spin the wheel and see how lucky you are tonight. And while that's spinning, I'm going to put a ticket in the box with your name on it in the drum. Whoa! We got a guardian angel the first spin. Crazy. Here's your ticket, Nick, going in the drum. How about that? We got 2 winners on the first spin. So, Nick, what do you want? What lure? What lure? What lure? Nick's going to give Henry. Is that Henry Rosener or Rosner? Rosner? All right. Okay. We will do it then. Nick wants a hard bait. Hard bait box is right here. Let's see. I got to get my Get Your Fish On box out of the way. All right, Nick. A Booyah hard knocker in Tiger Craw is your prize. Booyah hard knocker. Henry, what do you want? He wants miscellaneous. Okay. Miscellaneous. What do we got in here? How about a frog? The Warriors Ribbit Frog. Hollow body plastic frog. And this color is James Bond 007. Man, that's one of the best colors in the Warrior lineup. The James Bond frog 007. Nice. Very good. Speaking of frogs, yeah, the 007, the James Bond frog. All right. Speaking of frogs, The next question I'm going to have for you is a frog-related question. So, you frog aficionados out there, name this bait. Name that lure. Name that bait. Yeah, Jeff, you're right. It has no frog fur. John Gill, you got it, buddy. It's the rage toad. It is the rage toad. And if you look, rage baits have this kind of big old edge on all of their little flappers. That's the rage toad. So congratulations, Nick. And because you got this correct, you have the choice to spin. You can spin to win, or you can have this package of rage toads right off of the Mr. Bass tackle wall. Your choice. Do you want the package of rage toads, or do you want to spin to win? I'm going to put my pen. There it is. John wants the rage toads. All right. Good choice. That's smart. Those are not cheap, and they are excellent. Excellent choice. Okay. We're going to do one more here before we go back to talking fishing. I am in a froggy mood today. Froggy mood. All right. Here we go. Name that frog. Pull this apart so you can see these a little better. Name that frog. You got to name what the frog is, not just the company. Frank's Fishing's got it. It's the horny toad. It is called the horny toad by Zoom. It's not called the Zoom toad. It's called the horny toad. So congratulations to Frank's Fishing. You got it, buddy. So once again, you can choose. Do you want the horny toads right off of Mr. Bass's tackle wall, or do you want to spin to win? Frank's Fishing. Frank wants to spin. All right. We shall do it. Here we go. Who knows? He could win the mystery box. Oh, well, that's still good. You can choose from a hard bait, a soft plastic bait, or something out of the miscellaneous bucket? Pick your poison, Frank. Kept putting honey toad. I would have let honey toad go. That's close enough. But Zoom is too vague. He wants miscellaneous. Okay, miscellaneous bucket. How about another frog? The Sibyl. Green frog. Floating topwater frog. The pivot frog. The Sibyl pivot frog. This is definitely a bullfrog color. Big old eyes on that thing. Keeping it froggy today. Great frog, great frog. Right on, Steve. That is a great frog. Okay, Steve sent me a message here and says that we can give away an A10 and a lipless if we want. So, Casey's got that exact frog. Sweet. So we will ask a question to win the A10. Do you want to do it together, Steve? The A10 and the lipless together as one prize? Frank's going to use it right away. Top water fishing. There's nothing funner. Nothing funner. All right, let's do it as a combo, Steve. Let's give it together. We'll ask one question, and whoever gets it right will win the A10 and the lipless from Get Your Fish On. How about that? The A10s are not available. Gee. Hard to get lures, man. We aim to please. All right, let me find a question here. I wonder if this should be a hard question. Let's make it a... Thanks, Illumination. Illuminathan 79. Loving the channel. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Hit that like button if you like what you see. Would greatly appreciate that. Hey, that's good to know, Roger. In case anybody's wondering about the Walmart frogs, there's some experience right there. Ozark Trail frogs. The little B says it should be a hard question. Sometimes you guys fool me on what I think's hard. You guys don't, and vice versa. But I will make a hard. This is hard. This is going to be hard. So if you don't get it right, then we'll go to an alternate. I'm going to do a name that lure, and I really think this is going to be hard, but you know, sometimes I'm totally wrong. I'm going to do one more name that lure. I'll probably do more than one more, but I'm going to do what I think is a hard one to answer. We shall see. Some of you guys might prove me wrong here. All right. This is to win the lipless and the A10 from Get Your Fish On. Name this frog. You do not see this every day, I guarantee you. Jeff Jeter, you will really like the Tokyo rig, man. When they're on it, you are going to love that. It is not the forked frog. It's not the zoom speed frog. It's not the salty frog. It's not the Z-Man toad. I hope the screen did not go black, Mark, because I got nothing that shows me the screen is black. It's not the trill toad. It is an old school toad, though, let me tell you that. This is not a new lure, in case you're thinking, uh-oh, is it a brand new lure I don't know about? This is one of the old school, original plastic frogs, topwater frogs. It's not the Strike King swim toad. I got you guys on this one. I got you. Not the gizmo toad. Not the kicker frog. Or the gurgle toad. Or the long-tail zippy frog. It's not the bully frog. What could it be? I might have you guys stumped. This might, if I do, this will be the first time. Get your fish on. Well, if you want to send the prizes to yourself, Steve, go ahead, answer. Lunker hunt? Nope. Humping toad. Humping toad. Nope, it's not the humping toad. It's not the Strike Pro. Wow. It's not a Mr. Bass frog. No, this is a major bait company's frog. It's not Stanley. It's an old school frog. I think it's discontinued now. But this is a major tackle company that made this for years. Not the Yum, not the Stanley, not the Ribbit long leg toad. It is long legs. I mean, they're kind of long and skinny. The Yum tip toad. Man, we're not going to have a winner here. It's not a snag proof or net baits. Not a zoom. Steve, do you know what it is? Get your fish on? Or were you just joking? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Matthew. Matthew, you got it, dude. I'm going to have to let it go for that because nobody. It's actually called the Hard-Nosed Swim Toad by Mans. Mans. Old school bait company. They've been around forever. And believe it or not, this is a great little toad. In fact, here's what the package looks like in case you've ever wondered. The Mans Hard-Nose Swim Toad. And the reason it's called hard nose is there's a piece, the tip of this toad is really hard. It's got like a super hard plastic head to keep it from tearing up. And then the rest of it's super soft. It works great. And just like a ribbit frog or a horny toad, you can fish it the same way. You can put it on a buzz bait. You can also put this on a chatterbait. Works quite well on a chatterbait. If you can find it. They're discontinued. They're hard to find. I don't think they do make them, Matthew. I think they're discontinued. But that's what it is. That's what it's called. So congratulations, Matthew. You have won from Get Your Fish On, and I'm going to put his email address up on the screen right now here, Matthew, so you can send him an email. And he will get those lures to you. There it is. Dude, I got you guys that time. That was hard. That was that was really hard. Oh man. That was fun though. Yeah, that was a good one. Oh, you can get them on Amazon. Eric says you can get them at Amazon for $15.99. Okay, Matthew, I am also going to put your name in the drum to win the big prize. Here it is. In case you're new and you don't know what that big prize is, I got this tumbler that we're going to be drawing the prize to win this KVD Quantum Smoke. Again, a discontinued item. C Big Hill donated this to the channel, and it is new. It's a super slick, super cool reel. And any of you guys who know about quantum reels, the Quantum Smoke is an excellent reel. So when I hit 5,000 subscribers, which to me seems like it's going to take forever, we're giving this reel away. Job actually won it and then turned it down. But it's a beautiful reel, and it can be yours if you get your name in the drum. And the way you get your name in the drum is you just got to answer a question correctly anytime on any live stream until I hit 5,000 subs, and then you'll have a chance anyway. So you're saying there's a chance. Sweet reel. This thing was like 179 bucks when it was brand new on the market. All right, what else was I going to show you guys? Oh, I was going to tell you, I got kayaking problems. I don't know if I mentioned that to you guys last week or not, but I feel like I have the best kayak on the planet, the Hobie Pro Angler 14. I absolutely love that thing. It's got the Hobie Mirage Drive 360. It's amazing. It is an amazing kayak. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to go on their website right now and show you this amazing kayak. And I absolutely love this thing. I absolutely love it. Here it is. Check that thing out. The only problem with this amazing Hobie product is it's really been giving me problems lately. The drive is messing up big time. So I took it in to have it repaired, and they said, we got it. Look at the way it turns right here. Look at that. Turns on a dime. It is a thing of beauty. But I've been having problems with mine. It's worked perfectly, literally, for this whole first year I've had it. But suddenly it wouldn't turn. The drive would not turn. And I took it in to have it repaired. They said they repaired it. I picked it up, took it out last night. Not working. Still messed up. So it's got to go back to the shop, unfortunately. But dude, it is amazing. It is an amazing kayak. There it is, kind of what it looks like from the side. It's a fishing machine for sure. Love it. And they have an amazing warranty. I mean, they've already told me, yeah, we're going to fix whatever it takes to fix the thing. We're going to fix it. So I've just got to wait, which is no problem. Get your fish on. It's about that. It's a little under that, but pretty close. I'm a KC fan. I live in KC, Texas, Huntsman. Love my Royals. I loved them even when they sucked, but I loved them even better when we won the World Series in 2015. Yeah, Jeff, it's one of the reasons I've never moved out there. We thought about it at one time, moving out to the Nevada area or the Arizona area as well. And man, golly, fishing is tough out there. It's really tough. Yep, that's the hot thing. I actually had one with a Minn Kota iPilot. I didn't have the Old Town. I had the native, and it works great. And but I think the Hobie's better still. I definitely think it's better. But to each his own. To each his own. You're right, buddy. 85 and 15 made it worthwhile. Yeah, that Bonafide, I think it's a beautiful boat, but man, why in the heck would you not put pedals in that thing? I had my first ever kayak was a Jackson Coosa, and it was before the pedal drive was invented on any boat. And gosh, what a pain. It got around great, but oh my gosh, what a nightmare. To paddle and fish really sucks big time. In fact, I'm about to I'll put a video up this week. Last week when my kayak was in the shop, I went out to a pond with my buddy Dean, and they had a canoe out there that they let me use. Oh man, canoe, trying to fish and paddle a canoe is insane. It's just it's insane. If the fishing weren't so good, I'd have been really mad that day. But unfortunately, I caught like 30 fish, so I couldn't really complain about the kayak or the canoe that got blown all over the lake. Man, it was just insane. Yeah, that's what I got, Jeff. That Hobie 14-footer, the 360 drive is amazing. It's absolutely incredible. Paddles do suck. They really suck, man. See you, Shannon. Thanks for hopping on. Appreciate it. Appreciate you watching for sure. Yeah, so I've had major kayak problems, and it is what it is, man. I think, Jeff, if I maybe you're in a river, you can let a lazy river, and you can kind of let the current drift you down in a canoe. It wouldn't be bad. The one thing I did like about the canoe is I was much lower to the water, and it makes casting a pain, but landing with fish is much easier in a canoe when you're down that close to the water. You're basically sitting at the water line or just above it. Yeah, yeah, Tyler, exactly. Just spin in circles. I got the micro power pole. It's a thing of beauty as well. It's incredible. In fact, I had dual micro power poles on my Titan. That is the bomb. When you can put them both down together, and then it keeps you from moving left and right. The Hobie only has room for one, but it's still just amazing. It's fantastic. It is worth every penny for that micro power pole. Every penny. Get it. Buy it. You will never regret it. I guarantee it. The only thing that sucks about the power pole, the micro power pole, is if you get underneath some overhangs like tree limbs and stuff, it's a total pain. But other than that, it's perfect. The mount is not much at all, Illuminathan. I think it's probably about, well, I'll say it isn't anything at all. It's probably $70, $79, something like that. It mounts on the boat very easy. 4 screws, you're done. Works great. It's fantastic. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd be afraid to get on a yak in gator country too. Especially after that video that went viral. I'm sure you guys have all seen it. That guy down in the swamp in his kayak, and that gator charges him and dumps him over. That was crazy. I mean, luckily he was able to put his hand on a tree limb or something and keep from flipping completely over, but that had to scare the crap out of him. It scared me just watching it. But dudes, man, people take these kayaks out in the ocean. You've probably seen some of those videos of guys out in the ocean where sharks are chasing them and all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know if I could take a kayak out in the ocean, man. I just don't know about that. Yeah, Theodore might have the right idea there. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for hopping on. Hey, go check out Steve's channel. Get your fish on. Subscribe to his channel. He's got a good channel going on. And be sure to watch our show on Wednesday night. In fact, our topic this Wednesday night, we're going to talk about the top 10 pro anglers of all time. And we'd like your input. Who do you think are the top 10 professional anglers of all time? I'm going to put my 10. I'm going to present what I think are the top 10. Steve's going to put in the show what he thinks are the top 10, and we're going to discuss why, who we think are in the top 10 of all time, the top 10 greatest anglers of all time. Should be kind of a fun topic. All right, let's do another question here. Let's name that lure. I kind of like the old name that lure thing right now. Gabriel, we already did a hard one. You want another hard one? I don't think this one's going to be too hard. But the last question, I did a super old school lure. And this question is going to be a pretty new lure. Name this pretty new lure. Okay. Ready? Here it is. I'm going to bring it down from the top this time. Name this lure. What is that? Don't give me just the name of the company. What's the name of the lure? Tyler's got it. See, I knew that wouldn't be hard. This is the Bellows Gill. How about that? If you haven't seen it before, looks like most of you have seen it. This is cool, and it's super unique. This is the package it comes in case you're ever wondering what it looks like. The Bellows Gill. This color it's in Japanese. I don't remember what it's called. Maybe one of you guys know. Yeah, JDM channels do help a lot, Tyler. JDM. Dude, we love to spend money on Japanese baits. Yeah. See you, Gary. Have a good one, man. Thanks for hopping on. Yeah, it does look like a peanut butter and jelly, but they don't call it that, the little bee. All right, Tyler, let's spin to win. While that's going on, I'm going to put a ticket in the deal for you. Two. Tyler Hendershot. All right, Tyler, there's your ticket. I'm going to put it in here. Put it in the drum. All right, Tyler, what's your pick your poison? What do you want? Hard bait and miscellaneous. Okay. Miscellaneous, we got the Whale Plastics swim baits. And on the hard baits, we've got the Booyah Prank. The Booyah Prank is a popper with a lip on it. The Booyah Prank and Whale Tail swim baits. All right. Bone color, right on. That's a good color. That's a good color. All right. If you have not won before, send me a DM. If you won tonight, this is the first time you've ever won, send me a DM on Instagram at Mr. Bass TV with your name, address, and what you won. You can also send me an email at mrbasstv@protonmail.com, and I will get your lure to you unless you live in Canada. If you live in Canada, I usually wait a couple of weeks in case you win more than once. Crank popper. The Booyah Prank is fire, according to Roger Hall. So that is cool. All right, what else was I going to show you guys tonight? Oh, okay. Let's ask another question, and then this will give me something I can show you guys. Let's do a spin to win question that does not name that lure. The question is, what is the last video that I've posted? What was my last video that I posted about? The latest video, the latest Mr. Bass video on the Mr. Bass channel. What was that video about? Eric got it. The 6 cent Super 6 sack was the last video that I posted. And this month, the 6 cent, it was the premium Super 6 sack. And this month, they sent the lures in a bait bag. The 6 cents bait bag. Pretty cool. Pretty handy. So the premium sack is pretty sweet. And one cool lure that they had in the premium sack this week was the Axis Metal 2.0 and Bluegill Magic. Is that a crazy color or what? Now, the Axis Metal 2.0, if you don't know, is an amazing lure. It's kind of like the Jabberjaw. It has a metal lip that moves back and forth like the Jabberjaw does. It's a sick bait, and this is a sick color. This color is off the charts amazing. I cannot wait to try this. This thing is amazing. So really looking forward to fishing the Axis Metal 2.0. I will not be giving this away. Sorry, guys. Gosh, man, they got some sick colors at 6 cents, man. As Steve says, well, it's just to hook the fisherman because it doesn't matter, but I'm telling you what, it works for me. Yeah, well, Matthew, he's sponsored by those guys, so he's really pushing their product. Their product's great. I mean, I'd love to be sponsored by those guys. They're amazing. But one of the things I'm posting, I get the standard sack too, and I'm posting the standard sack video tonight after this, so you can see what's in the standard sack. I will tell you, in the standard sack, which is their cheap sack, guess what I got in that sack? An Axis Metal 2.0. Whee! I got 2 of them, guys. This is Black Magic. You guys know about the Black Magic color. It's pretty sweet. Dee-dee-dee. Yeah, that was in the standard sack, the cheap sack. So even on the cheap bag, they give you good stuff at 6 cents. Lures. The only thing I get tired, I kind of get tired of 6 cents lures because I get, you get so many of them over time. But they do a good job of adding so many colors. And they do a good job of adding a lot of new baits that, like I said in the premium sack video, the only thing I am tired of getting, really tired, is the swim jigs. I got so many of those swim jigs, man. And of course, they're going to put them in the bag still. But you can only have so many swim jigs, only so many swim jig colors. It's not like crankbaits where you could have literally 40 different square bill colors just for fun. You just can't do that with a swim jig. So I'm tired of their jigs, but other than that, I still like getting their hard baits. In short order, though, I'm going to be tired of all their soft plastics, too, to tell you the truth. I've got too many Divine Shaky Worms as it is now, and the Ned Fry, I'm getting too many of those. I'm going to just start putting them in the boxes to give away for you guys. So, anywho's it. That is that. All right. What else was I going to show you guys? Here's something I'm really liking a lot. Any of you guys fish with this? The Picasso shock blade. I am really digging this thing. Roger, I'll take all of your overflow. Well, if you've seen my tackle room, Texas Huntsman, this is not my tackle room, by the way. This is just a casual little deal here. I have a tackle room that rivals Mike Iaconelli. It probably doesn't beat Mike Iaconelli because he's got an amazing tackle room. But I'm telling you, my tackle room is loaded. Loaded. And I could not fish all the tackle I have in several lifetimes, unfortunately. And that's what I do. I give a lot of it away. But of course, you can never have too much because I just started buying these. The Picasso shock blade. I keep wanting to call it the shock wave. I am loving this thing. Great chatterbait. And one of my favorite chatterbaits of all time is discontinued. They don't make it anymore. It's called the rumblefish. And one of the rumblefish lures, one of the things I like about the rumblefish is it has these holes in the blades. And I really think that does something. What does it do? I don't know. But I really think it makes the action just a little different than your average chatterbait. And it helps. So I was really excited to see another chatterbait with holes in the blade. That's the Picasso. And this thing really, it's excellent. It's got excellent action. And I'm really having fun fishing it. I've only been fishing it for about 2 weeks now, but I really like it. Any of you guys fish this with us? Try it. Oh, we still got to spin for Eric. Did we not spin for Eric? What's that? Sorry, man. Did I miss you somehow? I guess I did. See, I get to talking. That's what we need. We need people here. We need people here reminding me. So we can do that. We can do it, Eric. Let me thanks for reminding me. I'm writing your name down on my ticket. Okay. Let's do it, man. Let's do it, Eric. Yeah, let's see if you do get an automatic upgrade to Jackpot. Or the Mr. Bass mystery box. You guys don't know what's in there. I think if you knew what was in there, you would want to win it. Oh, not a jackpot, but close. You got two. Two to choose from. Two to choose from. So close to a jackpot. Just two away. Yeah, you get me talking about tackle, 6 cents lures, man. I'm going to completely forget everything I was doing. That's the way I roll. Okay, soft plastic and a hard bait. All right, let's see what we got here. We'll go with the Biospawn XO ribbon. This color is black. It's an 8-pack. Biospawn ribbon tail worms. So and hard bait. I'm trying to. Oh, a Warriors. We're giving away the Warriors stuff tonight. A Warriors deep diving crankbait, the D12 crank. And again, this is an amazing color. 005. 005. Actually, for as much as we joke around about this, I'll bet you that's a good crankbait. Hopefully you have a place where you can fish a deep diver, Eric, because that's a deep diving crankbait. 12 feet, 12 to 14 feet. That is a Tennessee River ledge fishing crankbait. You'd have to do really light line to get down to 20 feet, but 14 feet. Warriors deep diver. Cool. Oh, see, Texas Huntsman, he's got one, and he's saying it is good. Lake Erie time. Illuminathan, you're right. Lake Erie. Some big old chunks. All right, I'm going to do another Name That Lure. Back to my frogs. This one is another soft frog. You guys guessed every soft frog under the sun on that last one, so this one should be pretty easy for someone to come up with. Remember, give me the name of the lure, not the name of the company. You can put the company name in there too if you want. This one's kind of unique looking, so this should be fairly easy for somebody to get right. Here we go. Deep, deep. Here it is. What could this be? Name that lure. Name that frog. There it goes. Fisherman 83 got it. It's the cane toad by Gambler Lures. It's a great little frog, by the way. This color is like a watermelon red. Really great color. Great frog. Great bait. So congratulations, Fisherman 83. You can have this package of lures if you want, or you can spin to win. Pick your poison. Whatever you want. camel toad. All right, Fisherman 83 wants to spin. Fisherman 83 wants to spin. All right, I got to put your ticket in the drum first, and then we will spin to win. Dun, 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 dun. We haven't had a red X. Whoa, close. All right, Fisherman 83, you got one. Yep. That's one too, Michael. He wants a miscellaneous. All right. Okay. Here you go, Fisherman 83. Berkeley, trilene, 12-pound test, 300 yards of Berkeley trilene. Believe it or not, that's the most expensive prize of the day we've given away, probably. Fishing line is not cheap. Berkeley trilene. All right. Good job. Good job. Beavers and camel toad baits. Perfect. Perfect. This show's going downhill fast. All right. We got time for one more, I'd say. I want to just check my stash here and make sure there's not something else I wanted to show you guys. The problem is I got lures piled everywhere. I guess not. If you guys have looked at my finesse jig video, I'll show you these. This is one of my favorite finesse jigs, and lots of people don't want me talking about this. This is a sweet little jig. The Ron Yurko's $100,000 finesse jig, Venom Lures. I really love this jig. I love the look of it. I love the action. It's tiny, so, you know, you can't use it like year round. He also makes these little chunks that you can get and go with it. Pair this up on one of these little finesse jigs. Yeah, you're right, Jan. We didn't talk about the rats. I got a rat video coming out, though, and that will be fun to talk about. I'll show you one of the rats. But I got a video because I got a bunch of rats in, and I got a really cool unboxing video where I go into a lot of detail on these rats. Yeah, Illuminathan it is. Maribou. This is a sick rat. The PB rat. They make this in a 2-piece, a 3-piece, and a 4-piece. This is a 3-piece. Pretty killer. That's funny, Texas Huntsman, because I ordered, look at how much stuff I ordered from them. This is all came from Venom Lures. I ordered this like on Wednesday this week, and it's already here. So I'm not sure why it took so long for you, but literally a couple of days. Yeah, Michael, they do hit this. They absolutely will hit this. This is made out of a resin, is what they call it. The original PB Rat was made out of wood. And then I don't know what happened with their production, but the wood went away and they came out with this resin. And they mix this swirl pattern into all of their lures now. So in essence, everyone is a one-of-a-kind lure. There's no two that are exactly alike. And I've got several of these, but I'm only going to show you this one. The rest of them you can look on my video. It's going to come out this week, my rat unboxing video. And I'll tell you a lot more about these then. It's pretty sweet. Yes, Michael, it's 100% top water rat. It's a wake bait on top. Yes, Venom is in Ohio, Roger. Yeah, I bet you could too, John. You would get a lot of funny looks. In fact, my buddy Jim, I put these pictures on Instagram today, and he said, "Are you going muskie fishing or pike fishing?" And I said, "Neither, man. I'm going to chase bass with that thing, if you can believe it. I'm going to chase bass with it. It's 7 inches long, and it has a 5-inch long tail. The bait is 7 inches long." Heck yeah. You guys need to get together. That's what I start doing whenever I travel. Pass through and meet up with some of you guys. That would be fun. You're right, Matthew. They don't know any better, those haters, those laughers. They don't know what they're laughing at. They do not know. They don't get it. All right. All right, let's do one final question before we wrap up tonight. Okay, here's the last question of the night, guys and gals. Last question. Spin to win. Last chance to win the mega prize, the Mr. Bass mystery box. Last Wednesday on the Mr. Bass and Get Your Fish On podcast, what was the topic of our show last week, last Wednesday? What was the topic of the Mr. Bass Get Your Fish On show? That's the question. Jan. Nailed it. Sponsors. The show was about sponsors, sponsorship. Jan made it, man. He didn't. How about that? Put you a ticket in the deal, Jan, and then we will spin for you. I don't know how Jan was that fast, dude. He was quick on the trigger. 1. Wow. That mystery box has survived for 2 weeks in a row now. Jan asking for a strike. Okay, Jan. Jan's asking for a strike. Can you believe it? All right. The Lake Fork Live Magic Shad. The Live Magic Shad, Jan. All right, I'll do one more. I will do one more because I forgot to do my minor league baseball hat. So I am doing one more, and this is a repeat, so it should be easy for some of you guys. Although John Smith is usually the guy that nails these because he's got a secret formula to help him win. But I am going to step aside, put on the mystery hat, and you tell me the name of the team. That'll be our last question. Bam! Here it is. That's it. What team is this? What team? Looks pretty sweet. Daniel Hedrick. You got it, buddy. It's actually the San Antonio Missions, but it's the Flying Chanclas version of their hat. I probably butchered the way you pronounce that. But there you go. Daniel Hedrick. You got it, buddy. Michael's in San Antonio. Dude, have you ever been to one of their games? All right, Daniel, I got your ticket. Putting it in here. Putting it in the drum. Let's spin. Spinning the other direction now. That may be what it takes to win the grand prize. Who knows? The mystery box. Oh, doesn't look like it. Nope. But you got two baits that you can pick from the bait buckets. Michael just went to the game this past Tuesday. Oh, that's hilarious, dude. I can't believe it. All right, Daniel wants 2 miscellaneous. All right. Here we go. We're going to do something different out of here this time. All right. Check this out. Look at this amazing a hook remover and a fish grabber. That's one of your prizes. Even though it's taped together, that counts as one. And your next Fish Lab Soft Bio Minnow. This is, what color is this? This is a shad color. I don't see it on here, what they call it. Fish Lab Soft Bio Minnow. And some amazing fish tools that came out of one of the mystery boxes at one time. That's how I got those. Fish grippers. Yep, I use fish grippers all the time as well, especially when I'm fishing up north for something big and toothy. All right, I got to put this Fish Labs and pools. All right, that's it, boys and girls. That is all she wrote. We are done. We've given out our prizes. I'm going to show you one last time. If you are a winner, send a DM to Mr. Bass TV on Instagram or send me an email at mrbasstv@protonmail. Don't forget, Wednesday night is our next Get Your Fish On show. That's right. Our Get Your Fish On podcast, Wednesday evening, episode number 4 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Be there or be square. Thanks for hopping on tonight, guys. Thanks for joining the show. Thanks for participating. Please smash that like button if you enjoyed the video tonight or enjoyed the live stream. Greatly appreciate it. Please go watch the other videos on the Mr. Bass channel. I also greatly appreciate that. Hope you have a great night. And we are ending in 3, 2, 1.